I believe in premium peach.
Let's make another phone call.
I believe in love will never find the sea, and I know you.
Would you stop singing, Dallas?
And you know me.
Hey.
I believe in premium peach.
Bun.
Bun B.
Dallas is singing here. I don't know. He
I
thinks we're in
believe
church.
in Bun B. I believe in Hey, Bun, what's up?
It's good to be believed in.
Good to hear your voice, brother. Although I do hear your voice. I do hear your voice, man, when I check your Insta stories, man, and I love, man. I love how you put them together. You always, you have
The
me,
Trill Mills.
the Trill Mills have me on fire, have me hungry.
Yeah, but you don't eat all that shit anymore. You eat like plant-based, and
I know.
We're trying to keep Dallas healthy too out here, Bun.
But I'm gonna go back.
I feel him.
I'm gonna get healthy just so I can get me some oxtail.
Yeah. Hey, listen, oxtail was good. Listen, Bun, we're doing the end of the year recap of the Premium Pete Show, and at the same time remembering our brother Reggie Ossé, aka Combat Jack. Called a couple people, just wanted to have you be one of them. Listen, what people may not know, Bun is probably one of the most visited Combat Jack Show guests.
Bun was one of our early legitimizers.
Yeah.
Like Bun came to the studio at PNC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Came to the studio at PNC and really helped give us the format for talking with someone, talking with a legacy artist, talking with someone who had, traveled the globe.
Sure.
Representing the culture.
To give internet a backstory, when that happened in PNC, that may have been early 2011, 2012 maybe. And me and Bun, I think, went to a Brooklyn Net game. And I told Combat, I said, I'm going to bring Bun by. And, I guess maybe he didn't know that Bun was like a brother of mine at the time. Like maybe he didn't know like that. Mm-hmm. And it was late. And I was like, yo, Bun, this is going to be late. He's like, yo, it works perfect after the game. And I remember when I brought Bun there, he was really, really excited because keep in mind, this is a spaceship he was building, and he felt it was more legitimized.
Oh, it was totally legitimized.
But how was that for you the first time you came on?
Well, for one, this was probably my first real podcast interview. I think I had done a couple of things with people over the phone, but as far as and that was like NPR kind of stuff. So just to have that kind of an extended conversation with somebody that was of the culture, having a show that represented the culture so well, it felt good. I think that's one of the things that helped create, these great interviews that you guys have now, because it was so disarming. A lot of times when we walk in spaces as artists, it's with A&Rs and management, and it's that whole rigmarole, and it's part of something that everybody is doing. This was different, and I don't even think I was really promoting anything.
That was the key, Bun. That was the key to you. You weren't on a press junket. You were just there, straight hanging out, and that was the vibration that you gave us too. Like what? I'm gonna give you a story that I ain't never told nobody. That's what happened that night. You gave us joints that you had never told nobody before, simply because I guess either nobody had asked you or you felt like you were in a space where, we just here kicking it.
Yeah, I mean, well, you certain things you're like, well, some of these stories we got to keep to the chest because that's not for everybody. But it didn't feel like it was, you guys weren't necessarily media. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it wasn't part of a press junket, a press run, or anything like that, where it's like everybody needs that good sound bite or that good quote, This was just about just chopping up game, Mm-hmm. And like I said, it was different and refreshing. It wasn't that I had never been interviewed before, but it was a space that didn't feel like any other space where someone was having an interview. There's very few people I've had conversations like that. Probably Combat Jack, John Caramanica, and Greg Street are probably the only people that I've ever had those kind of conversations with, because I'm friends with those people, all of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, another thing is Bun had joined us on every step of the way, when he would go on Gumball. I'll tell you, I think Bun I got to remember who, and when I do, I'll put the stats out, but Bun at least was a 4-time visitor of the Combat Jack show, which not many people could say. And
one more visit, I would have got the coat.
Yeah, forget about it. You already got the varsity jacket. But I do think of people who, again, throughout this episode, I mean, we can't call up everybody, but I do think about certain people that Combat told me in a private place. And now that he's resting in peace, I think it's time for me to tell the world of who and what meant, was special to him. And I'm telling you, man, and I was surprised in the beginning from a Brooklyn guy, to be so hyped, just like Sean Price, of an artist out of Houston, a Southern artist, and somebody. But I think just your intellect, your style, the way you move. I mean, he just was. I remember when you left, he was really every time he was very thankful that I had brought you by there, and because you dropped gems every time you came there.
And you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to be very open and honest with a brother like Jack, I think we're going to look back and recognize him as we, go back through the years and retrospectively look at hip hop as a culture. We're going to be able to look at him as one of those people who actually, K. Slay talked about it, like you don't ever have to leave hip hop if you don't want to. Mm-hmm. You just have to learn how to move through the other pillars,
take it with you. I mean, Bun, you are, as Reggie was, you are a master of reinvention, and you have found ways to reinvent yourself from artist to college professor to sports car enthusiast to Instagram chef,
sneaker lover,
sneakerhead. I mean, all of these things, and I mean, I guess really hip hop is at the center of all of these things, but really it's you at the center of all these things, and you just float into them effortlessly, seamlessly.
Well, again, like I said, I look at Slay. Slay started as a graffiti artist, you know what I'm saying, in the earliest days, and he moved into DJing and even with Jack starting out on the lawyer side and working with the record companies and then moving over to the media side. Maybe you can't move in the same space that you always moved in, but that doesn't mean you have to leave the culture. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hip hop as a culture has grown to where, it's grown to where it can accommodate you at 35. It can accommodate you at 40. It can accommodate you at 45 and 50. And you can still have these avenues where you can be a part of the culture, you can contribute and still pay the bills and take care of your family. It's a beautiful thing.
Can hip hop accommodate us at 60 or 70, Bun?
I think it will. I think it has to.
Okay, because I'm scared. I'm not really seeing like we see the Rolling Stones, and these guys are like 80 and they're preserved, and they're like, I mean, we don't get to see our hip hop heroes getting to be 60 or 70 or like we don't seem to be allowed to live to that. Am I going to have to change the beat? Am I going to have to take the hard drums out and just have some smooth shit?
No, not at all. Like I said, we just all got to learn how to take care of ourselves. We were all grown up in an age where dudes were smoking dust and primos and all this kind of shit, and popping pills and syrup. So we don't even know what the life expectancy is going to be for a lot of us based on what we've done.
Dig that.
Eating all this processed food and shit like that.
For real.
So you got to catch these old school tours while they're out right now. I'm pretty sure somebody in hip hop is on the road that's 60 years old right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I just don't
how old
think
is
we
Chuck
realize
D?
it.
No, Chuck's not.
Chuck's like
not
50, 55
in his 50s. But no, I mean,
how old is Chris?
Chris is up there. He's mid to upper 50s. He's definitely mid to upper 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Bambaataa is spinning somewhere in Europe right now. Bambaata's definitely in his 60s. Herc is definitely...
Flash has to be, right?
Flash has to be too, Bun. You're right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Ice-T has to be close to 60.
Ice-T might be 1,000.
No. Ice-T is definitely... Ice-T stay young. But I'll tell you one thing.
Ice-T was in Breaking, talking about combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice-T be getting blood transfusions of that good.
Yeah, hey, listen, you got that. You got that Law and Order. But I will say what you're talking about right now is legacy, and I think that forever, Combat Jack's legacy will live on. And it's amazing that we were all in a room just talking and chopping up. And I always tell people Howard Stern was an influence for combat, and he got that from all of us, all these fucking weird characters and people such as ourselves. And I will say that the legacy will live on forever. B, listen, happy, healthy New Year to you and the family. Thanks for taking the time. Like I said before, I know Combat appreciated you. I just wanted you to get a chance to say some things about him and how you really felt.
Pimp C for life, Bun B.
Yo, God bless y'all, man. Combat for life.
All right, peace, brother.